I actually think that common mistakes are across the board: music videos, commercials, film. When I first started, my very first shoot, I started creating a journal where I would, the day after or the night of wrap, would write down all the lessons that I'd learned the hard way so that I wouldn't have to learn them again. The very first lesson was in a music video, and it was basically just a simple, always play the entire song all the way through. Even if you only think we're using the bridge for this particular location or setup, play the whole song all the way through. That's a simple one. Most problems in a movie stem from lack of preparation. If you're behind schedule, it may lead to having been caught off guard because something came up that you didn't test, which came to someone not asking the question in the pre-production meeting. It's sort of all these little things that lead to avoidable problems. There are gonna be things you can't avoid, right? I've had a set collapse before. That happens sometimes. But generally speaking, I think good directing is catching as many mistakes before they're mistakes and preparing for as many circumstances as you can. What are all the things that could go wrong tomorrow, right? Night before the shoot, what are all the things that could possibly happen that I would prepare for? If we're outdoors and it rains, what happens now, right? Does the story change? Do the characters wear something different? Do we own it, right? What are the things that could go wrong? And that helps me kind of sleep at night. Every time we've had an expensive mistake that involved a reshoot was either we didn't shoot the product properly, we didn't clear it with the client. Sometimes we're filming without the client, right? And you're like, I don't want to send a still back, you know? And they're like, hey, you covered up the main word in our logo, or something really bad. And you got to go out there and shoot it again. I think most mistakes come from not checking in with people. And it works two ways. It works checking in with the people above you, because there's a common misconception that the director's just in charge, and that's not true. There's either a client, a record label, a financier, but not communicating, because you're afraid, right? You're afraid if I open some box and I mention something, that then it's gonna derail everything. And that kind of buys into this idea that like, you're an auteur, and I don't believe in that. Filmmaking is so collaborative. It's so dependent on everybody working together and your ability to hire people who speak the same language and share the same vision as you. If you're not bringing your department heads in on your thought process and giving them the tools to communicate to the people below them, if the DP cannot articulate your vision to their gaffer, there's a problem. And that's gonna cause 30 minutes delay, because now all of a sudden, everybody's gotta get back up and move all that shit from there to over there now. And it's gonna affect your shot list, because at the end of the day, you only have 12 hours. And so now you gotta start combining shots, cutting shots, and you're forcing yourself to be less creative.